It's launch day, and I am so excited to be here with you guys. So, I just want to start off with, she's finally here. She's finally here. To start off the video, okay, I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about my book, about Chasing 25, what she's about, all that kind of stuff, and then I'm going to get into publishing tips, Indie Arthur things, launch day stuff, launch day prep, advertising, kind of how I do all that and stuff, okay? So real quick, this is going to be less than a minute. We're going to go ahead and talk about Chasing 25 because I worked really hard on her and I'm super proud of her. So the front of it, deep burgundy, she's beautiful with the cream lettering, I know. Okay. The front of it says, self-priority is not selfish, it is survival. That is a direct quote from my book. And then we're going to get into the blurb, Hines. Look how cute she is. Okay, so the back of it says, for anyone doing everything right and still watching it all fall apart, this is not a book about having it all figured out. It is a survival guide born from grief, self-doubt, burnout, and the quiet exhaustion of holding it all together when nothing seems to be working. Written by someone who's lived every page of it before and finding the other side. You don't need a new life. You do not need permission. You just need to know that the storm does blow over and what's waiting for you on the other side can be more beautiful than anything you've ever prayed for. You are not alone and you're going to be okay. So that's Chasing 25. Let's get into everything else, okay? Because this is the part where I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be clicking on the video. No one really cares about my promo of my book, right? So let's get into some minor inconveniences first, okay? Chasing 25 was supposed to launch today, July 20th, 2026. Instead, it went out and went live July 13th, 2026. Not a problem, right? It went out early. Who cares? Perfect, right? It was good and it was not so good. Here's multiple reasons. The not so good reasons. We're going to start off with that because that list is way smaller. The not so good reasons were I had posted it on my blog. I'd posted on YouTube. I'd posted on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever, right? I even posted it in a magazine feature that I got with Houston Voyage. Thank you very much. Right? So all these things. It went out earlier than expected. That's good for the fact I have the link to Amazon now. I can go ahead and insert it in this blog. I can go ahead and make a soft launch post. I can go ahead and start kind of promoting it here, there, get it out on their websites or the platforms that don't have a big following for me. Try to get a little bit ahead of where I want it to be for the 20th, right? Right. Here's where it also really sucked. I feel like it messed with a lot of the metadata and all the stuff that I'd been working for to surface on Google console and all that. It came out early. It's not a big deal. It's probably not messing with as much stuff as I think it will. And guess what? It gives me two chances. We're getting into the good sides now, right? It gives me two chances to do two big pushes, right? So I did kind of my soft launch. I'm like, oh my gosh, it released early, right? The announcement got people's attention. Great. Then on the 20th, like today, I'm like, hey, you guys, it's launch day. I know that it's already out. It was out last week, but today's the day we're celebrating the launch day. This is like the main day, right? The big day. So I have that. It gave me two push opportunities. But I will say, in May of 2026, so a few months ago, I left my very well paying job to chase my dreams and become a full-time author. I work from home. I love it. It's great, right? I'm very disciplined and strict with myself. Am I disciplined and strict with myself about what time I wake up and start doing my shit? Absolutely not. I worked nights for too many years for this shit. I am tired. I wake up and get started on my stuff about 2:30 p.m. But I also work 10, 12 hours, if not longer. And it doesn't feel like work whenever it's something that's truly your passion, right? So that's not really here or there, but it still happens, right? So anyway, back to the old job, right? When I left that job, I knew I was going to be losing a lot of support, if this makes sense, right? So I was a bartender. I had a bunch of regulars. They would come in. Here's just a slight example, right? One of my really good regulars would come in and they'd be like, oh my God, how's the editing going? How's the book going? Like, I can't believe, you have 2 things published now. You're about to have a 3rd, yada, 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 like whatever, right? And it just be casual conversation, because if you've bartended before, you know that your regulars are actually really interested in your life. You're like, who gives a shit about my life? I'm a bartender. Here's your drink. Let's move on, right? No, people actually care. Or they're nosy enough to want to ask questions, put it that way, right? Whether they care or not, doesn't really matter. But at the end of the day, when people ask you, how is your editing going, right? The person next to them that might not be a regular or doesn't follow me on social media and doesn't know that I write and stuff like that and I publish, right? Doesn't know that I have an LLC. They're like, wait, you what? So like that word of mouth is incredible. And I knew I would be losing a lot of that when going full time with my Bayou Bound books and just kind of having social media or some kind of ad marketing and stuff like that. So I knew I'd be losing a lot of support with that. I didn't think it would be this much. So let's be honest. I'll sit here, I'll check my analytics, and I'm like, okay, haven't moved. No big deal. KDP takes a while to update. Oh well. And then I did it again. And then I did it again. And then I have 3 sales and I have 17 page reads. And it's been 7 days. And I'm like, yikes. But that's okay, because guess what? It's launch day, baby. And it's teaching me a lot, right? It's teaching me where do I need to put more focus versus not more focus. And I know I need it to have way more focus on social media. But let's just get into some other things that we're doing. That, could I be doing better? Yes, I could have. And yes, I can. Am I still newer to this? Yes. And that's okay. And that's okay, because it will come. It will come. Right? So, today, like I said, launch day, super exciting. I have that Instagram reel that's been in trial reels. I'm going to take it off of Instagram edits. I'm going to pull it onto TikTok. I'm going to add the new edits so it doesn't say it's unoriginal content. I'm going to sign, seal, deliver that. I plan on paying for a promotion of those videos on both platforms. I'm going to go ahead and promote it on TikTok, and I'm going to go ahead and promote it on Instagram. My launch day event on Facebook is at 11. Granted, it needs nothing from me except for maybe responding to comments. I have been posting in that discussion all day, so we're good. But that's at 11. It won't need anything from me because it's just a link to Amazon and it's just a link to my website, right? So that's all fine and dandy. What else have I been doing? I have, and I don't think I have any right here. Oh, they're right here. Hello. What else have I been doing? QR codes. You go to the grocery store, you get a loaf of bread, slap QR code down. And the back of it, or the front of it, is my QR code. And it is the direct link to Amazon to Chasing 25. So that's cool. The back of it, or the back of some of them, say Chasing 25 now available, right? So I just go, when I go grocery shopping, when I go run my errands, when I go to the gas station, one little Red Bull, right? I don't put it in the refrigerated things. I don't put it by the meat. I don't do gross things, okay? You just go and slap it on there. You'll walk away. You're good. So this is another way that I'm kind of doing some marketing. Do I expect this to have a high ROI? Absolutely not. I don't. if I had a QR code, kind of where I was in the grocery store, let's say I'm in a hurry. Let's say I have stuff to do. Let's say I have a YouTube video to film, and I see a QR code, I'm like, all right, I don't really have time for that. Okay, next. But there's going to be some people that will. And regardless, whenever it says Chasing 25 now available, people are going to see Chasing 25. They might be like, oh, what's that? And then scan it. Or they might just be like, oh, okay, like, cool, Chasing 25. I don't know what that is. Don't really care, right? That's fine. It's in their heads. They're seeing it. And especially since this is something that's like more local. For example, they can see me on Facebook. They can see me on social media. They might be able to find it. And it takes people a few times seeing something to actually put it in their head of like, I'm going to buy this, right? Especially from a smaller creator and stuff like that. So that's another thing that I'm doing. Another thing that I'm doing that I have not decided on doing fully yet is I created some artwork to help promote Chasing 25. I hate the background. I've redone it. I hated other elements of that more. So I'm going to continue to just rebuild this background. I understand this side's a little squish and squinted. Makes it look handmade. I don't care. This took me a lot of time. Now, the background, gotta go. I wanted the dark corners, yes. But what I did not want is this transparent ass red shade. As you can see, kind of like the little streaks underneath, that is the color that I used underneath that red to try and darken it. Did it work? No. But on the second attempt, it did. I hate that hourglass, and I didn't. How rude, sorry about that. My phone ran out of storage. Anyway, this is the background I was going for. Ignore the little scratch. I fucked it up. But anyway, this background is going to be the background of this very soon, right? So, yeah. Anyway, the whole point of that being is I also wanted to do art to help promote Chasing 25, just because it's another thing to promote my book, also in a different way. So, yeah. I'm trying to think what else I did other than just blog posts, behind the scenes, social media, editing post, stuff like that that I've been doing to really hit home for you guys that could be newer to this. I get it, I'm new to this too. But it was hard starting out and saying, okay, I'm new. I can find stuff for like brand new people, right? It's intimidating, it can be a lot, but that's just because you don't fully know, right? You haven't fully tried it yet. You haven't done the steps yourself. You're watching videos, trying to learn, trying to figure it out. So that can be a little bit overwhelming, but it is what it is, right? So I think what was hardest for me in my journey was I have these videos for the new beginners, and I have the videos for the people who've made it, but where's my in-between? Where's the crap? I keep refreshing my analytics and I'm not happy. I expected this to be a lot bigger than it was. Everything else has been bigger than it was. Chasing 25 is doing bad, but Get Out of the Swamp did good, and Prompt to Go did good. Guess what? I sold 28 copies of this, and that was my first one, and it's a guided journal, okay? Low content. And then we have Get Out of the Swamp. Huge improvements from Prompt to Grow, mind you. This one has 31 units sold. The first week of those launches looked a whole lot different, but then again, I was in a bar. I didn't like to talk to people about my stuff. Whenever I would be there and they would ask me about it, I'm like, I can't talk about it at work. No, I didn't want to talk about it at work. I was embarrassed, okay? Not embarrassed, but so awkward and shy about it, and I still am to this day. And guess what? This is my dream. This is my career. This is what I'm doing for a freaking living. I need to get a grip. I know. Would I be further? Probably. That's okay. So anyway, what we're doing today, launch day, like I said, I have videos to film, I have things to edit, videos to promote. There's a lot going on. There is a lot going on. But I will say we're going to probably go set out some more QR codes today either wearing what I'm wearing now, super cute, or a Bayou Bound book shirts, or I'm gonna have my fiance wear his Bayou Bound book shirts, and we're just gonna go. And then we're also gonna go to local places, and we're gonna go talk to people, and it's gonna be a good day. We're gonna let people know without being awkward, spammy, or annoying. We're just gonna go and QR code. QR code. Oh, we're out to lunch to celebrate. Oh yeah, we're celebrating today. Oh, what you celebrating? Oh, book launch. Okay, cool. They might care, they might not. If I was still serving, I wouldn't have given a shit. But someone out there might. Anyway, that's kind of all I have for today. If you guys have any more questions, you guys let me know, right? This is what I'm doing for my launch day. This is what I've done in the past. It has been successful. This is what I'm doing this time. Even though my life looks a whole lot different now, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I might have to pivot next time. I might have to pivot in a week from now with my strategy to kind of get it boosted. Who knows? I don't know, but I'll keep you updated. Have a good day. Bye-bye.